Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Flawed TMI. It's been a grief-stricken type of 48 hours in the LA area, unless your head is under a rock. It was a horrific helicopter crash, which claimed the lives of 9 individuals, who I guess really is going to change so many lives. Now, true enough, Kobe Bryant was on the helicopter with his daughter, but there were also other mothers, fathers, children, sisters, brothers, however you want to look at the dynamic. Precious lives were lost. And being a Virgo, an earth sign, Mother Earth, I sit back and my heart is grief stricken. Now, I've been under the weather, but I'm not too far from the Calabasas area. So the air quality, the air quality was already poor. You know, anyone who lives in California already knows about when it comes to brush fires and so on. But it's even more so when you put that in with you have up and down air quality of it's windy, it's sunny, it's cold, it's foggy. We're getting every hint of a season within a 48 hour span. So it's very horrible. And my heart is just in such a disarray because, true enough, everyone's going to gravitate towards the famous individual, my brother Virgo. Um, but the bigger grand scheme of it all is wanting to find peace, wanted to find an answer within a question that will always plague mankind. When we lose someone unexpectedly, we all have the same question as to why. And the only thing I can tell, whether you believe, don't believe, or whatever your span of life may be, you have to dig deep into what is the master plan, what is being told to your soul, your spirit in that moment. Yeah, we went from aircraft to roosters, but like I said, I'm filming at home. So, I've been sick and just, I'm in the bed, out the bed, just really feeling disoriented. When you're looking at wanting to find out what is your place or how do you leave your mark, I'm looking at the lost legacies that was in that moment. I'm looking at, now I've done a few vlogs in regards to fathers and fathers not being there. In that instance right there, it shows the epitome of men. They don't say that much about the background of the pilot, but I'm going to go on the assumption that, you know, whether he had his own children, but I will still say he is a family man. So you look at people who perish doing what they love. You have to find, I guess, an answer in that form of grief when you're doing something that you love. There are so many people who do things for whatever reasons that it may be, whether it's to set a record, leave their name in a history book, or, in the name of war even. When you sit back and look at that, it's almost like it becomes expected. When you get dressed, you get suited, you know that you may not make it home. You leave out with the intention of I will be okay, but you really don't know. And when you look at a man who traveled this way every day, because you got to keep in mind he's been traveling like this for over 20 years. So that's, to me, I equate that towards when you get your car keys and you get behind the wheel. Same rule of thumb. Some people may look at it like, well, it increases the odds when you're in a helicopter. Not necessarily, because there are so many pilots who retire. So you will sit back and say, if they retired, who's to say why he would not have made it to a ripe old 50, 60 plus years old. And the thing that hurts the most in my spirit is the fact that we make plans, and that's what really gets you, is when you make plans thinking that there's a tomorrow, but we don't know if there's a tomorrow. This man looked at his little one and he planted a seed that I am going to be your father. Not just a sperm donor. I'm going to be your father. I'm going to hold your hand. I'm going to kiss your boo-boos. I'm going to be there when no one else, before any other person can love you. I, as a father, will love you first. And it just sucks. There's so many men, even in my life, who gave birth to little girls who needed and desired to have that father who looked at you as your mini-me and say, let me go out there. Let me help you be the best soul you can be. Whether she ever put on a pair of sneakers to stand on a court or pursued her dream in any type of sports, she was first his daughter. For the coach who was a coach of a baseball team and had his daughter who perished, she was first his daughter. And then there was the mother who her children are at home, was waiting for mom because mom was doing her passion. Now, I seen a video of the father who's heartbreakingly said, how do you tell them mom is not coming home in the spirit that you know her to come home? We are all on borrowed time. All of us, we're on borrowed time, energy, space, spirit. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. I'm so sorry. And the thing about it is, I'm going to keep that in there. I apologize for the topsy-turvy, but I'm going to keep that in there because life does indeed happen. And I don't want to, go over this because, my little guy is allowing me a couple of moments of me to get this off my spirit, because I have not been my 100 because of this. And the interesting thing about that, he was the one that broke the news to me. I was in West Hills, which once again is not far from Calabasas, when he told me. And I'm like, no, you got to be kidding, because I'm like, how the internet gets and whatever. It's probably because the day before LeBron had broken his record. So, you know how people get funny and creative with their clickbaits and information. And they probably said, the death of a score, of his breaking his scoring record. And no, that was not the case in point. So for as much as, I'm kicking myself because, I've gone to a couple of games, but I had opportunities to go to many more because I have a friend who actually had season tickets, and she always was on that go, use the tickets. And I thank God the time that I was able to share that with my sister and my daughter and son, for them to have gone, because her season tickets are fabulous tickets right there on the floor. So we were good. And you get caught up in the rivalry and supporting the home team. He's a man. They all were men. We get, people want to sit back and begrudge and bring up old things in regards to his name, his character. But the best thing about redemption is that there is a tomorrow. You're able to clear up yesterday's mistakes. If there are any yesterday mistakes that's in your heart and spirit, please take a moment in time for you to reach out and tell someone. Life, we're going to always say that life isn't guaranteed or promised. We're going to always say that. The sad reality is, we'll say it for a moment. Remember the time in 9/11, everyone had their flags, and then a week or two later, flags come off, and you're back to the same old, same old. Please, you guys, just take that moment, reach out, find that love. I'm not telling anyone to hurt yourself, because if someone wronged you and you apologize to them and they wronged you again, don't keep digging in that well. That is a dry well. I'm not telling you to sit back and do that. But by all means, reach out to loved ones, family members, and just hold them a little bit more dearer. Fathers, if you have fathers in your lives or in your daughter's lives, uplift them. Even when they have a bad day, uplift them for sitting back in their moment, in their spirit of being a father. And if they're falling short, help them to find that path. But like I said, don't beat a dead horse. Not everyone wants to be saved. Please believe that. Not everyone wants to be saved. But I thank God for the moment that we as a nation, as a people, are able to sit back and look and know that there are some people getting it right, wanting to get it right. I'm saging my house and I'm incensing full of prayers and meditation, because my heart is heavy. My heart is heavy, not just because of the life lost, but it's mainly because of the tomorrows that will never come. That scares me. That scares me because there's so much that I know that we all want to do and really need to accomplish. And I hope and pray and hope that this reaches someone, or that this horrible, horrible event gets some people to sit back and get it right. It hurts. It hurts because I just feel all the devastation around me. you know I've always been a spiritual person, always been. Anyone who really truly know me know that I dig deep into earth. I am definitely, God got it right with me. I was supposed to be here. I was supposed to be a 9-9 child. I gave birth to a 9-9 child. I surround and I am in love with this planet. Right, wrong, I thank God for this moment. I love that. Does the bell toll for thee? This is a moment and a lifelong lesson for us all. May God bless you. May God keep you. Please hug and love your loved ones a lot closer and a lot dearer. These moments are happening way too often in my lifetime. I know as you get older, death is inevitable. Death is the only guarantee that is given to you in your life. Your finances, your marriages and children, that is not a guarantee, but death is a guarantee. So I'm just going to pray harder for you. I'm going to pray harder for me. I pray that your families are safe, secure, and that you make it home each and every night. And for the times that we don't, just know that in my path, in my way, I love you. I love the people, and I love the universe that I was given into. This hurts me on a level that people don't get. It's bigger than being just a sports person. It's more along the line of, why do I exist? And more importantly, what will I leave? Big ups to Legacies. May God bless the souls. God bless the families. This hurts, but we're going to stay strong. And I pray for the strength that the families of all that are listed, that as a community, and hopefully journalism and all this other propaganda stuff, give them the peace to be able to come to the terms of their whys.